welcome to Thame service station. My name's Danny, and recently we surveyed our customers and lots of questions came up about whether they should buy a petrol or a diesel car. So today I'm here with Peter, one of our sales executives, to hopefully help you try and work out which one might be best for you. So Pete, talk to me about buying a petrol car.
Okay, yeah, it's a difficult decision. I can understand why this question does come up quite a bit. Petrol cars, at the moment there is a number of benefits to buying a petrol car. The main reason being, and you've probably noticed this yourselves when you go to the petrol station, that petrol is much cheaper now than it was a little while ago. Petrol prices have been falling, so that's one very, very good reason to buy a petrol car. It does tend to suit people that are doing slightly lower mileage in terms of the wear and tear on the vehicle. Petrol cars are better for that. In terms of the cost of a car, a petrol car usually, 9 times out of 10, is cheaper to buy than a diesel as well, so that's other things to consider. But the tax might be slightly higher on most petrol cars over, say, a diesel car, because they have special filters.
Yeah, you mentioned there about the mileage on a petrol. What about the sort of journey type? So if you're doing lots of long journeys, would a petrol be suited, or if you're doing short journeys, would a petrol suit? Or
depends on the type of car, but there's if you're and the style of journeys and driving you're doing. For instance, if you're doing a lot of local short journeys, kids to school, stuff like that, and you're just going to have a small car like a Corsa, then a petrol Corsa might be the car for you. They're going to benefit from the fuel economy of doing those short journeys. Diesels do need to be warmed up to get the benefit of the miles per gallon that they say they can do. So, and something like a Corsa, you comfortably get over 40 miles per gallon from.
Wow. Okay, and what about a diesel car then?
Okay, diesels. A lot of diesels tend to be in the bigger cars as well. They suit your long distance driving. Things like the Insignias that we sell here at Thame service station are becoming more economical than ever. A lot of diesel cars are very cheap to tax. They're either zero, because they've got such low emissions, or around sort of £20 to £30. So a lot of those they can benefit companies as well that are looking at low emissions. I'd say you probably need to be driving over 15,000 miles a year and doing regular long journeys to really get the benefit of the miles per gallon that a diesel can offer, and the endurance and how long they can last. But you will pay more for a diesel car, but it can benefit you in the long run.
Yeah. What if you weren't doing the longer journeys and you were doing shorter journeys in a diesel? Could something happen then?
Yes, it can. Most modern diesel engines have what's called a diesel particulate filter. And if you're doing lots of stop-start journeys and the car doesn't have an opportunity to get warm, diesel is a much dirtier fuel than petrol, contrary to the actual emissions output, but that's where these diesel particulate filters come in. They capture the carbon, and the problem is that it clogs up over time, and they can be expensive to replace if they break. You can have them regenerated to start with, which is the first port of call should that happen. You'll notice that you'll lose power a bit, and you'll get a warning light come on the car when that does happen. But they can be over £1,000 to replace if the diesel particulate filter does go wrong. So it's definitely something to consider. So if you're doing shorter journeys, have a think about whether you really need diesel. One, you're going to pay more for the car. Two, you're going to be paying more at the pump. And three, you could have these diesel particulate filter problems.
Yeah, okay, and is there any kind of easy way to kind of have a think about sort of which fuel type might be better?
Absolutely. Well, I think the best thing to do, there's a couple of things to really think about. If some people prefer the drive of diesels, they're turbocharged engines, so they're quite a relaxing drive. You get the power very early on in the revs. But if you want to get a cost comparison, if costs are where it really lies for you, get a piece of paper, and find out what mileage you're doing, what that car is going to, the two petrol and diesel versions of each car deliver in terms of miles per gallon, how much that car is going to cost to start with, and what it's going to cost you to run it. Think about what the cost of fuel is at the pumps. You're going to be paying about 4p a litre more for diesel at this moment in time than you are petrol. And it does look like that trend and gap is going to widen over time.
Okay, lovely. Well, I hope you found that really helpful. We do have a range of petrol and diesel cars at Thame service station, and if you would like any more information, if you are struggling to decide which one would suit you, then do give us a call or pop in and speak to one of the team.